What's happening, people? Johnny Styles here with the Wellness Observer Live. It is July 20th, 2022. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Thank you so much for being part of the Wellness Observer Live. We're growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you so much for all of you that usually follow me here on YouTube, on Instagram, on Spotify, on iTunes. We are growing by the leaps and bounds. It was another past weekend, wellness weekend, with the Thai Pope Classic in Lake Mary, Orlando, which I was invited by Thai Pope and Joanne. Both of them did an amazing job, ladies and gentlemen. I told you guys that the second half of the year, the quarter of the year, or whatever you want to call it, things are gonna get better and things were gonna get bigger in numbers. And this show wasn't the exception from from people in the crowd, and not only crowd and competitors, but celebrities in the bodybuilding and fitness world. They were all in attendance because right after the show on Saturday, we had the breakfast with the pros. But a little bit later in the show, I was there. I caught up with Natalia Abraham Coelho, otherwise known as the second best women's physique in the world. And she's looking pretty darn good. I don't know if you guys follow Natalia and usually what she does in her life. And she's amazing. She just came from Brazil after winning that great show in Brazil where it was it was crazy because it was the first show she wins in front of her family in Brazil, and very, very emotional. I posted up this picture and people went crazy just due to the sheer size and thickness she's carrying in the lower body. And of course, people always talk. I don't know why they even talk. Natalia is not crossing over or remotely thinking about it. She's always in shape. She's always eating perfect. And I've said this in a few of these seminars that I've had because I know there's plenty of girls that follow Natalia. And in terms of eating clean, she is the epitome of eating clean. This girl eats perfect, not only on prep, but year round. This girl preps herself for life. And it was cool catching up to her. She's a big, humongous fan of wellness. So if you follow her, you already know that she is a big fan of the wellness division. Also, in attendance, let me show you guys. This is an actual picture of the show when it started. Okay, I'm going to put it up as big as I can here for you guys. And this was the beginning of the show here with the men's bodybuilding. This was a packed place right here in the hotel room. This is like just half of the people. Okay, this is including the VIP area and the general admission, which went all the way through the back. Okay, so I told you guys, the NPC shows are gonna start piling up. They're gonna start, being better every single time. I gave up the overall wellness award to Esmeralda Palacios, which won. I got a picture of her on screen for you guys. I posted it on the Wellness Observer Live. And I was happy with the decision because you can see that she has underneath of all, does she need a condition? Yes, but this was a regular NPC show. She has size. She can get better in the quads. From the back, you can still see she has the teardrop over here, big glutes. Calves can be a little better. She can get some muscle mass in the calves. But I was happy with the decision of the judges. One thing I did see that when you see 10 girls and you see the potential in them, you always want to pick as a judge. You want to pick the one that represents the class well, and she definitely did. One thing I want to mention is that I was there for the entire class, and I did see every single one of you. Some of you actually came to me after the show and we chatted. I always love doing that. I always love talking to you guys in person, meeting you guys in person. And I want to say this. a lot of the girls that I saw do have plenty of potential. The problem is that you are coming into these shows very, very off conditioning. It's not all about size. You can have your big glutes, you can have your big quads, you can have big calves, but it's not about size. You don't want to go up there as a, I don't know, Miss Hooters 2022. You don't want to do that. Although we're talking about the lower body here, you understand me. But you gotta have some type of conditioning. There was one girl that I saw that totally could have, done battle with Esmeralda, but she was way off, way, way off. So if you're planning on doing a show, please plan accordingly, okay? So you can at least go up there and represent your class. And you don't want to just go up there and the judge be like, "Oh, you're very, very out of shape, you need more conditioning." No, because a lot of these girls that I saw do have the potential. So you are in the right class. It's just you gotta realize that there's still a bodybuilding competition. It's still a physique competition. So you still need some type of muscle showing. I was really happy to be able to give the award right here. And as you can see, these pictures are now up on NPC News Online. Check me out right here with the Air Max, Nike Air Max, which I believe right now is the first ever Nike Air Max on an NPC/Ifbb Pro stage. Esmeralda right here with her crown, her sword, the shield, the belt, and the goodie bag with none other than Ty Pope right here. It was very cool because she also has a ring. And the story behind this picture, and as you can see, I'm pointing doing the trademark Styles pose, but it was funny because Ty has a ring. It looks very cool. I remember when Steve Weinberger did it with the New York Pro. When you won New York Pro, you got a ring. And as I was going up in the to do the awards, I told Ty, "Hey, Latinas usually when you're gonna put a ring, they actually will stick their hand out so you can push through the ring." He's like, "No, no, no, I'll just give her the ring." And lo and behold, when we went up there, Esmeralda had her hand out, and he had the biggest laugh we had in the entire event because I just foreshadowed what was gonna happen. But very cool to be up there. And as I said in my post, when there's a video of this on the Wellness Observer Live on Instagram, as I said in my post, it's very overwhelming. It's very gratifying for me. For some people doing this, it's just going on stage for 5 seconds, win an award, shakes hand, take a picture, and leave and get out. This is very emotional for me. This is very holds true, dear to my heart, because in a way, promoters give me validation for being who I have been for this class for the past, I don't know, 9-10 years. And for me, it's very special. I've done this in Texas for the Battle of Texas. Freddie has been great with me down there. I've done this at the Mr. Olympia stage, which was, the grandest stage of them all. And I was very grateful. Dan Solomon was there as well, and thanked him for that. Ty Pope was here as well. And all these promoters, I thank them from the bottom of my heart because they've realized that behind the scenes, the enough work that I've put in, and along with Jay Mannion and the NPC and the Ifbb Pro League, to bring what I consider is going to be the best class in the world as we know it. So thanks again to Ty Pope for the amazing invitation and the amazing event. It was great. Not only the competitors were great, the stage was great, the lighting was good, and the competitors, believe it or not, they had some Krispy Kreme donuts in the background. It smelled delicious. They had cupcakes. They had everything that a competitor really needs when it's backstage. Right after that, we had the day after on Sunday morning from 9 to 11, we had the breakfast with the pros. Really, really cool experience because when we were coming up, I don't know, 10 years ago, we didn't have that in the Arnold Classic. Usually they just set up, some type of event. The pros talk, they leave, or you meet them at the booth. It's very chaotic. This is just a breakfast. This is like a closed encounter with a pro. Ty had them up there so they can talk a little bit about experiences, a little bit about this, a little bit about that. Not only wellness girls, they had everybody else: bodybuilding 212, fitness, figure, bikini. Janet Leyer was there, Jessica Reyes Padilla was there, Yarishna Ayala was there, and Bobby Manu was there. Derek Lunsford was there as well. Great, all these great champions were there, and they were all talking. And then you had the chance to meet them after, take pictures. It was cool. I had posted this video of Yarishna and Bobby. They talked a little bit about their careers, and Bobby was really emotional. She was telling the people about how she considers herself a baby compared to a lot of the girls competing. And look at them both. They're both wearing white. They all look like they're in a band. I was really impressed. I'll say it right now, with Bobby Manu's quads. Okay. Do I still think her calves need to get better? Of course. But again, kind of going while what she's saying, she's still a baby in the industry, and she can only get better. She's competing with girls that have been doing wellness for many, many years. Yarishna was looking good. They were both looking big. They were both looking big, round, and full. That's as much as I can say right now. Right now, they should all look big, round, and full. So thank you once again to Type and Joanna Pope for the invitation and for letting me be part of this great event. I hope to be there next year as well. Moving on for the show that we have this weekend back in Chicago, Illinois, we have the 2022 Chicago Pro, and we have the updated list because there were some lists going around and they were missing a competitor. But now, of course, if you log on to the Wellness Observer Live, this is the updated list. We got a total of 8 girls at the moment. Can somebody jump in the show? Absolutely. But at the moment, this is the one list that we do have. We had 8 competitors, not only from the United States of America, but Spain, Brazil, and Mexico are also in the mix. Also, Italia Molina, which you see right here, she says it's from Grain Valley, Missouri. Italia is originally from my home state of Puerto Rico, but more on her in a little second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a little bit about the competitors. Some of them I've seen, some of them I haven't seen, some of them I have great hopes for, some of them can surprise me. And of course, I have my top 4 that I think will be right up there. Can somebody come out of the blue and surprise me? Absolutely. That's what's all about. The show will be live streamed, and it's going to be on live stream. You can check them out. All Tim Gardner Productions, obviously. I will let you guys know if I'm going live. If I'm going live, you know the deal. The deal is I'll usually go live when the show goes live, and I'll do a play-by-play live and in person for the entire world to see on YouTube. That means that what the reaction you're getting from me is legit. It's real. And I'll do the play-by-play right there, and we'll do the callouts. It's super cool. All you need to do is, if you buy the pay-per-view, you put the video there, you put it on mute, and you just log on to me and just hear me do the commentary. If not, then you'll wait till the prejudging is done, and you can log on to YouTube right here, or the podcast on Spotify and iTunes, and you can listen to me critique these girls live on the play-by-play on the very best page in all of the wellness division. We have 8 girls, like I said, the first one being Brooke Donnelly. This is a picture one of the most recent pictures that I've seen of Brooke, which she's grown a little bit. A lot of you remember me critiquing Brooke a lot when she was on stage. Not because she's not a pretty girl, she's completely gorgeous, but because she's lacking a lot in the body, okay? She needed a lot of growth in her glutes, hamstrings, quads, and the calves were great. I liked her quads. I liked her presentation. She's a very very pretty girl. The problem with her was that she was being hyped by certain people that don't know absolutely anything about nothing. And when she came up there, she kind of fell short. But who knows? Maybe now, maybe this is a recent picture where she looks like she's gained some muscle mass. And this is the problem too. When girls don't post while they're looking coming up to the show, then I can't really critique them. I just gotta wait on stage. But according to this picture right here, you can see that maybe it's the angle, but her glutes look a little bit bigger, fuller. Her quads still kind of on the smaller side. But who knows? Maybe this is an old Johnny Styles trick. Like I've always said, maybe you post an old picture, and then when you come back, you're ready like a totally different body. So we won't know until I don't know until she comes back out of the blue and see what's gonna happen. We got Morgan Barlow. Barlow, I think it's Morgan. If I did that wrong, I'm sorry. We talked about Morgan because she won in the NPC universe. And while I hope, she brings in this level of conditioning, because she did bring conditioning to the show, I hope that she's not posing way up and down like this. And when I say that, some of you have commented on what's, way up and down. Notice she's standing much like a figure girl. Okay, up and down, up and down. This hip needs to be a little bit to the outer side of that, so you can have more glutes. She's coming right after winning her pro card, and she's gonna do this pro show. She brought in great glutes. And calves could be a little better, bigger in a sense, because from the back she's pretty spot on. But again, she brought in good conditioning, and I expect her to bring more conditioning. She might have to be a little bit fuller to compete with the girls that are coming up especially from Spain and Brazil. Italia Molina. This is an interesting one because I know Italia. I've known Italia for the past, I don't know, 8-9 years. And Italia, believe it or not, comes from the figure world where she was progressing year by year. I'm not sure if this is a new picture. It doesn't look like it. But I found this picture of her kind of doing a wellness pose. I have no idea how Italia looks. Can you go from figure to wellness? Absolutely. She hasn't competed in a while. So this is going to be a big surprise for the people in attendance and for people like me watching, because I don't know exactly. I didn't even know she was transitioning into wellness. But she, at the end of her figure career, she could absolutely get conditioning in her quads. It's just a matter of gaining the size. And she did take some years off. So who knows? Maybe Dalia's gonna, come out of the blue for that. The one and only Jasmine Payne. Holy moly, you guys have heard me talked about Jasmine Payne. Is it time? Is it time for Jasmine to rise up and win a show and drop down to the floor like Ronnie Coleman when he won the Olympia? This is a video I got from Jasmine, and a video screen capture for it. And you guys have known me for a while, and you know that Jasmine has been ridiculous when it comes to genetic structure and genetic freak. Okay, Jasmine has been able to get better each and every single time. Do I critique her? Of course I do. That's why I'm the godfather of wellness. That's what I'm here for. But not everybody can do what Jasmine is doing. Not everybody can come show after show and prove me wrong and prove me, hey, I've grown here. Hey, my posing has gotten better. Hey, my presentation has gotten better. So Jasmine, I don't know. Maybe it's time. It's time to get it on to the break of dawn. And she's done it all. Okay. So she took a mini break since Puerto Rico. So what's going to happen? Usually when Jasmine gets a break from 1 week out, she'll do a drastic change. What's going to happen now after almost 3 weeks, I think 3 or 4 weeks after Puerto Rico? We will have to find out, because in reality, if somebody's gonna change, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be Jasmine Payne. We've got Alexis Figueroa straight from Mexico. She did the Toronto Super Show. She has a great tiny waist. Her posing could be a little better, but she's one of those powerhouses where on the smaller side on by height, but she looks really good. She looks really good, and she can impress a lot of people. Her glutes were there. It was a matter of like right timing with her. And let me tell you, Mexico is coming along with some great freaking athletes, and I'm impressed. I didn't even know Mexico had it in them, but we'll find out. Amara Dos Santos coming from the win, and Isamara doesn't need to do much. In all honesty, all she needs to do is tighten a little bit the package that she has. Her posing from the quarter turns can still be better, but I believe that her conditioning must be a little bit harder than the conditioning we saw 2 weeks ago in order for her to be very, very competitive in this lineup. Isamara looks great, very, very elegant. Okay, it's one of those girls that looks very elegant, and some people consider her one of the few OGs of the wellness division because she was coming up right on top of the heels when wellness was coming over. Next up, we have Nerilde Garcia, straight, ladies and gentlemen, straight from Spain. Okay. A lot of you have asked me about her. A lot of you have asked me, how can I get this crazy detail on these glutes? This resembles a lot of Franciel. This resembles a lot of what we can see at the Olympia. A lot of girls that look just like this. Her calves can be better, okay? I'm not going to say the calves are perfect because they're not. But the glute, teardrop, hamstring, adductors from the back is very, very, and I'll say it again, very, very powerful. She can absolutely win the show. Okay. I'm not saying she's not. She can absolutely win this show. Next up, we have Kat Williams, which I haven't seen. This is the pictures that I found of her. I believe she was bikini and she's grew into wellness. And you can see that she does have the mass. She does have the quads. She has the mass to, be a wellness competitor. I am not sure how long was this picture. I am not sure when was this taken. And in reality, you gotta realize, does she look this way? Her shape, her structure, everything. I'll tell you what I do like of her. I like the hair. Okay. There's a wrestler nowadays that a girl that has a hair just like that. It'll be really cool to see her come out with the hair with a braid like that and make it look cool. I kind of incorporate her braid into like the routine. That'll be really cool. I'll pay for that. I'll be there. From the back, it's where she's probably lacking a little bit, especially in the glutes. You can tell this girl has, good legs. Calves need a lot of work, but still, she has good legs. Just where's this picture from? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a year ago? I honestly don't know. Now, we don't know. Like you guys said, like I mentioned, I don't even know what's going to happen with the girls that we haven't seen. But I'll tell you this: my first call out, okay, my first call out. It'll involve. I will instead of usually I'll say 3 girls. This time I'll add 4, and I'm gonna put the names on screen so you guys one more time you can see them. And this is the list from the page. I'll have in that first call out Jasmine Payne. I'll have Alexis Figueroa from Mexico, Amara Santos, and Nerilde Garcia. So basically, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 should be doing battle from that first call out. From those 2, Isamara and Nerilde are going to be battling, and we got to see how Jasmine looks. Jasmine is like the dark horse, literally, in this call out because we don't know how is she looking nowadays. But we would have to wait and see this Saturday. Is somebody else gonna join in? Somebody else gonna jump in the show? What's gonna happen? Because then we have Colombia in Colombia, and then we have the Tampa Pro. So we just have to wait and see because the season is almost drawing to that point where the shows close up and we have our qualified girls for the Olympia. And you guys already know my lineup, my first call up for the Olympia. If somebody were to win here, if you see this lineup, Nerilde and Isamara, they're both already qualified because they've both already won shows. So it's got to be more about Alexis and Jasmine. Jasmine, I think, is winning in terms of points, if I'm not mistaken. But this will be a sweet, sweet win for Jasmine Payne if she does edge out these girls. Nerilde and Isamara need to bring conditioning, and it's going to be a hard fought battle. And we're going to have to wait and see. This has been all for this edition of the Wellness Observer Live. Thank you so much for following. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know in the comments below. And you know where to reach me at Johnny_Styles or right here in the page of the Godfather of Wellness. Thank you one more time to Ty Pope for inviting me. And of course, I got to put it up there again because I'm the first ever to have Nike Air Max on an Ifbb Pro stage, baby. Yeah, I had to. And those are real, by the way. These are not like fake outs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that I met live and in person in Orlando, Florida. Of course, if you see me, we can talk about anything. We can talk about the world, in and out of the wellness world. Thank you so much again. This has been Johnny Styles, the Godfather of Wellness.